close. Okay, guys, this actually more like right here, like this close, guys. Bro, I was that close to making a whole video explaining why this season isn't worth watching. How this season needs to be burned and erased from history. Because I'm not gonna hold you, these past episodes were the only 2 episodes that I actually cared for this season. The rest can go. Like the rest, I genuinely did not care. So I realize that some of you guys may be thinking I'm trolling right now, okay? Y'all thinking I'm making jokes. Because I did a poll on my Instagram, which, by the way, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't following me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Can you follow your boy? Give me a little bit of clout, you feel me? But no, I posted a poll on my Instagram story saying, you know, how you guys felt about mob cycling. For the most part, you guys are content and excited for it. So with those statistics, it may seem like I'm just joking, but let me tell you guys something, okay? I'm not joking, and this isn't a hot take or an L take, bro. Like, this is truth. I'm about to preach to you guys, okay? But before I continue though, okay, minor spoilers. I'm not really gonna spoil like really anything too major. Well, kinda. But I'll try not to drop the biggest ones. But I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Fairy Tail fans, okay? What is the plot? Okay, describe the plot to me. Why am I watching this season? Pause the video and I want you to describe me the plot. Okay? You most likely describe 3 episodes of this damn season. Because the only thing noteworthy of this season is the broccoli thing. And a character that we all know dies. So again, I'm not gonna say who it is, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But I'm also gonna tell you that I did not care. Like, I deadass did not care, bro. Maybe it's because I'm not the biggest, you know, Mob Psycho fan, but I feel like their deaths was pointless. Like, I feel like it didn't need to happen. And to be honest, the way they did the whole tree thing, I feel like they could have done that a lot differently. Like, they had so much potential. Like, it's kind of like when you order something online and it gets delivered at the wrong address, you know what I'm saying? You were expecting something and you were excited for it, but the delivery failed. Now, granted, right, we did get some amazing fight scenes and we did get some content. Like, it was kind of interesting. It's just like the buildup was good, and then when it actually went into like the fighting inside the broccoli or whatever, it just, I stopped caring for it, and the only thing that was carrying that little part was the animation. But again though, that was only like 3 episodes of the season. Okay, maybe 4 because they did hint it, I think, a little bit in the beginning, but you know what I'm saying, it wasn't like this big thing. And then the rest of the season is like a school comedy, bro. Like, what am I watching? Don't get me wrong, I love school comedies, but Mob Psycho, like when I think about Mob Psycho, I think action pack, I think of fighting, I think intense. I don't think about, you know, the little slice of life episodes that they have, you know what I'm saying? They could toss a couple in there, but like that's not what comes to mind in Mob Psycho. But now we actually have some good content. Now we actually have something that I feel like is worth having a season for, because the rest of the stuff, like, feels like, you know, it was filler. Like, they needed episodes to like drop, or, you know, to make it a complete season. But this actually right here is juicy content, because now we're actually gonna see Mob versus Mob, you know what I'm saying? He's actually gonna have to come to terms with his power, and there's been this whole like struggle of him trying to keep it under control. This to me is interesting because, I mean, this is like what a lot of people who are powerful have to go through, you know? Everybody that has some sort of inner power, inner demon inside of them, they gotta go one-on-one with them eventually. Technically, yes, it is a cliche trope, but it's a trope that I actually like seeing. So we're finally getting some good content, and Mob's just going dummy in this sea, like destroying everything. Nobody can stop him. They even brought the homeboy back from the last season. He couldn't stop him. Where's they hella nerfed him, bro? Like, no way they had the craziest fight scene in season 2, and he drops down and just like, I don't know, I feel like they should have made a more intense fight scene. Yeah, you can have Mob win, but I feel like they should have added more punches, you know, have him actually seem like, you know, there was a chance of him stopping him. Like, they're missing out on so much opportunity this season. Now, KT, you're talking a lot of shit, especially about an anime that I like, okay? So what would you have done differently? Because obviously you're hating on it, but you probably couldn't do better. But let me tell you something, okay? I am KTSAMA. My knowledge of anime is insane. Now, I probably couldn't make this the craziest season that you've ever seen in your lives, but I could have showed you how to make this a lot better, right? So this is where a good chunk of the spoilers is going to be coming from. So, you know, if you haven't watched the season, go ahead and drop out this video, but just want to let you guys know. So the big things of this season was Mob versus Mob and the broccoli, right? So I did like with the broccoli how they were kind of slowly showing how like it was expanding throughout the whole city, and how like, you know, plants were dying, and how like everybody's slowly getting brainwashed. Like, that adds suspense, you know what I'm saying? You're like, whoa, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Is this tree evil? And they could have added in those miscellaneous episodes, but at the end of it though, or near the beginning, you know, you show like the tree getting bigger, or you start showing like the villain of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they keep referencing the broccoli in each of the episodes, but you know, they don't get into like the thick of it until the end. So that way, if you want to have your little side episodes or whatever, you can have it, but it's still referenced to something. So that way we're still on our toes, like, yo, what's gonna happen and when is this gonna drop? You know, that adds suspense. And then once you get to the broccoli, okay, I didn't like the fact that they put Dimple as a villain. He's like, yeah, you know, he always wanted, you know, to rule people and everything, but I feel like at this point we kind of like accepted him for being like a nicer guy. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't something that he was gonna do. I feel like, you know, they kind of just took advantage of his character, but I honestly feel like he wouldn't have done it. Well, maybe I just don't know him that well enough, but I feel like, you know, it wasn't necessary. I would have preferred it to actually be like Mob's power. You know what I mean? Like, because Mob's power was the reason why the tree was created in the first place. So they could have had it where his powers are like seeping out and it's being absorbed through the roots, and then the evil Mob is like starting to take control of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's using the powers against the city because they already had a creepy looking Mob in the broccoli. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude, like that nigga creeped me out. And so he slowly takes control over everybody in the city, and then it's Mob versus his power. That would be the big boss of the season. Like, yo, like that actually sounds dope. You cannot tell me that didn't sound dope. Right now we're seeing Mob's power as maybe not a bad guy, but he's the bad guy. And he's explained about how he wants to do what he wants and how he wants to take out Mob. So it makes a perfect story. Like, they should be fighting each other. Like, oh, please somebody hire me for like the story committee, because I'll be fired. So that's how I feel about this season. You know, I feel like it was a waste of potential. They could have done some things differently, especially because I was hyped for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Mob Psycho. I love the second season. Like, it was so stupid. But this one, But that's just my opinion, even though it's facts. But that is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. You know, like, am I making sense? Okay, like, am I spitting to you guys? Am I getting through to you guys' heads? Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and hey, stay weaving.